Welcome to this special introduction for episode 215. Make sure you're watching the video so you can see what's going on. Enjoy the full audio track.
Press play, tune in, let's dive deep. Tech adventures with friends we keep. Gadgets, gizmos, news that's neat. High-tech podcast can't be beat.
Hello.
Buckle up, let's ride the wave. Future's calling, tech to crave. High-tech podcast light the way. Join the journey, click and play. Buckle up, let's ride the wave. Future's calling, tech to crave. High-tech podcast light the way. Join the journey, click and play. Press play, tune in, let's dive deep. To tech adventures with friends we keep. Gadgets, gizmos, news that's neat. High-tech podcast can't be beat. Buckle up, let's ride the wave. Future's calling, tech to crave. High-tech podcast light the way. Join the journey, click and play.
Welcome, folks, to another episode of the High Tech Podcast. It's the same old, except everything's brand new, and I hope it goes perfectly well.
That made so much sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that might be my new catchphrase. It's the same old, except everything's brand new. It's
It works. It's better than my not celebrate everything, but other day in paradise. So,
I was gonna say it's definitely not better than that. That's like a meaningful catchphrase.
catchphrase.
Yeah.
Folks, this is one of your two hosts, William Illingworth, joined by my co-host, my best friend, my pal, my buddy, my confidant, my concierge, my
Concierge?
comrade. I don't know.
Does that mean I'm like serving you things? I'm not entirely sure that's true. I would
Garçon.
probably love to be a better friend that serves you things, but let's be honest.
I would like a coffee. Yeah, no.
Well, I do have one, but I don't know I can get it to you. I ordered some Chick-fil-A this morning.
I can go get some coffee right over there if I left you here to the episode by yourself. Yes, Joshua Swartz, our co-host. We're both here together. It's episode 215 of the High Tech Podcast. We are in for a little bit of fun, but I'm in a new space, new thing, just doing what I do.
I'd like to
Please.
say you're killing our streak this year. We were just talking about this a couple months ago, where like we have not had to record in other locations. We made it all summer, and then we basically start to enter into fall, also known as the dreaded pumpkin spice period.
Yep.
And you go to the candy factory. Like that's
Gotta do what you
that
gotta do.
feels. It's fine.
Folks,
It's
if
good.
you're ever in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and you're visiting and you need a place to work, check out the Candy Factory, candyissweet.com. It is a wonderful place, wonderful community, and we're open on Saturdays from 9 to 12 for members. So it's a good space. When you've got a whole bunch of people in your house and your internet's been laggy all week, you can come here to do
And
working.
if you know somebody who's a special member who's cooler than Will, you can come after hours and play D&D, which is what I will be doing this afternoon at 4 p.m. So
it's ironic. I've been here for so long, and yet I don't have that special membership. So it
it's
is
fine.
what it is. Well, I do have ideas in that space, but we'll come back to it later. There's
Okay,
a possibility
cool.
where Josh and I record here in the future, but besides all of that and our general happiness,
happiness.
Sorry. We're just doing things a little bit differently this morning. Before we do things a little bit differently, let's do the same old. As always, folks, find us on the social medias at High Tech Podcast or at High Tech Pod. You can email us, inbox@hightechpod.us, if you have ideas, if you want to come on the podcast, if you want to challenge us, encourage us, send us money. There's a link to a Buy Me a Coffee site.
Send us money.
Buy Me a Coffee site. Yeah, send us money. We love that. On our website, which is hightechpod.us, which has an episode page for every single episode we've ever done. Big kudos and thank you to General Josh for
you should be
all
thanking,
of those episode
let's
pages.
be real. At this point, you should be thanking Claude. That's thank you, Claude. I barely do anything for those pages anymore. Claude just writes them.
Hey, you wrote the prompts, you built the style guide.
And now that Notion AI has released their agent feature, and I have, as I was showing Will this morning, an R2D2 in Notion, let's be real, I'm doing literally nothing of that anymore. Like that's
This is the way, dude. This is the way. When I can get it to edit the episodes for us, we'll have it. We'll have it.
It's gonna be great. Yeah.
But that's it. Yeah. So make sure to go follow, like, subscribe, retweet, post, comment, all those good things. Ring the bells, touch the bells, kick the bells. Don't kick the bells; it's gonna hurt. And all the
maybe I don't know.
All right. So that's the same old, and on to the new. Or the new. I said
the new. You know, it's that type of episode.
Nanu.
Didn't you just do the Star Trek thing? Is that what they?
I thought Mork and Mindy did the same thing.
Did they also do that?
What did Mork and Mindy do? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Mork and Mindy's out of my realm. Anyway, this week, right? What do we? Yes. We are. This was your original idea, and we kind of took it and ran with it into something. It became something as an excuse to rate things. It's basically Will and I's favorite types of episodes where we get to have fun just rating random things. But I don't know if you want to introduce this idea, Will, since this spawned from the brain known as Will Illingworth.
Ew, that's great. The episode is going to be about rating our travel tech, right? So we are the High Tech Podcast, and a lot of times we're talking about productivity software or learning software or stuff,
or just basically AI just for the last year.
HAI Tech Podcast.
Yeah,
we should. I think we have that on the idea board. Anyways, when I go to the candy factory, for instance, I always have my travel pack. My backpack is packed the same way every time. It has all of these types of technologies and things in it that make my work possible wherever I go. And Josh has the same thing. So we've built our rigs, our mobile rigs, let's put it that way, because we both have our rigs at home, our computers, our desks, all of our monitors, like that kind of stuff is what it is. But the backpack is its mobile rig, and I'm pretty excited here to pit ours against each other.
Yeah, I think this is fun because we have very similar tech. I will give credit to Will. He's the first one who kind of got me on this train, because you were going to Candy Factory, and then for the brief hot second where I decided to live fully remote and then decided it was not for me, I ended up upping my game. But there was also I think the reason I kept it, like Will and I both, like, we're going to show you a lot of our travel tech in our bags and how it all connects. But the thing that people are always surprised by is, like, Will and I keep these things pretty much in our backpacks at all times. It's not like we, like, put them in our backpacks to travel and then we take them out. It's like they're basically always there. Like, this is literally a mobile rig for both of us that's just always ready to go, like, wherever we end up going. And I think why I'm excited about this episode is because I didn't realize how much, like, as I talk to people, like, and you have this happen too, Will, where you're like, pull stuff out and people will be like, whoa, where did you get, like, that thing? Or, like,
what is that? What
they're like, they haven't realized what they could do in this day and age for mobile stuff. And I see so many sad people in coffee shops on a small monitor
typing away,
and some people like that, you know, but I personally can't live without two monitors at this point to do most work. It's is a shame. So anyway, we've kind of went down this rabbit trail, and we think it's fun to share this because I know a handful of people who listen to the podcast who do have some kind of mobile like work situation that they have to deal with.
Yep.
And we've just over the years now, last year or two, I think Will and I have found fun, cool things that have been helpful. That like basically Will and I are always set, whether we're like going to a family's house or like literally jumping on a plane. Like I remember pulling this stuff out on the plane last minute when we were going to pick up Milo in Florida. Like, and I still had to deal with some work stuff before I left because I literally got a call in the middle of the day, dropped everything, and like went to Florida. So like I think this is just a super advantageous thing. For those of you who are into tech and productivity type of stuff that I don't see a lot of people talking about, like this type of travel vibe. So I think you don't necessarily need to go as overkill as Will and I do as we show you. But you might find some fun little tips or things that you can grab out of here. And then we'll see who's better at this. I mean, it's you know, we know it's going to be, I don't know.
Sure, just because somebody has some orange backpack.
Okay, well, it's orange and black. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it then. I think, right? Like, let's hit this. So,
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Those of you who have watched our rating episodes before know that Will and I like to use either Miro or Canva to create boards to do this. If you're listening to just the audio, Will and I will try to describe it. But then also, why are you doing that? Stop it. Go watch the video. Unless you're driving, don't do that. Stop. Get home first, and then watch the video.
Then watch the video.
Yeah. On your second travel monitor. Okay, so where do we what do we want to pick first? Do we want to start overall? I guess we could explain our rig a little bit. Again, at this point, I don't know where Will's editing this in, but Will and I have done breakdowns of our stuff, so you should have seen more physical breakdowns of stuff. But in general, if you're looking at this, and I'm saying all this trying to remember how to move the whiteboard. There we go. Okay. This is my rig setup. So in general, I have my backpack, some stuff that stores items, headphones, some battery pack stuff. The biggest part of it's kind of a double monitor setup with my laptop, and I'll explain more as we kind of move through things. But generally, this is kind of what my final setup looks like once it's set up. It has a second monitor on it that's powered by my laptop, and then I can then work set up on most desks or small items. So that's kind of where we're at. Will, I don't know if you want to give, obviously we gave a breakdown previous to this or wherever you decided to edit it, but if you want to just give a brief overview real quick of your stuff before we start rating things.
Let me make sure I can see your screen when I do this, and boom. So make this nice and big. This is literally a picture is uploading as I'm speaking.
Oh, okay.
This is my rig right now.
Okay, you're literally using it right now.
I did not do the fun picture like Josh did. I didn't do the background pull away like Josh did, but this is my setup, right? So I've got the second monitor, the monitor, the laptop stand, the laptop, webcam on top of it. So this is where I go. Everywhere I go, I can kind of set up like this, and I really like that approach. Now, some of those components, right? We've got just the laptop stand, my backpack, which has some security features, the MX, the Logitech devices here, like the mouse and keyboard. Wow, gotta have those. Second monitor, of course. Different kinds of headphones for different purposes, and make sure you stay hydrated, folks. Got that water bottle.
Bottle.
That's
I would like to just add a real quick, note. I do also have a water bottle, and it fits into a special pouch in my backpack. But I did not even think about it when I was pulling out pictures. So I'll explain that in a second. But so here's where I think we start. Okay, I think we start with. So now we did set a couple rules ahead of time, listeners, that we could, if we wanted to like bring in a special hitter, we could pit things that don't necessarily match against each other. Because like, for instance, if I pitch my mouse against Will's, I think it's an obvious lose immediately because Will's is just the newer version of my mouse. So that's just an aside. But I think we start strong. I think I want to start with the backpack. Okay, I feel like that's where I want to start. Now you can pit your backpack against it. It seems like the most logical thing to start with, but
And
You
partially, I just want to go for water bottle and throw, but like maybe I do agree. Let's start with the containers. Let's go container v container,
yeah.
and we'll have
So
that on screen. Yep.
I said this briefly in my overview, but I will note this. Now, Will's had his backpack much longer than mine. I
Yeah.
have switched backpacks several times, but for those of you who listen to the podcast, know that I like listening to another ironic podcast and kind of tech YouTuber, Linus Tech Tips. I've followed them for a very long time. In general, that was kind of what helped me learn how to build my PC, along with a friend that helped me build it. But for a long time, I was looking at their backpack. They make this backpack that has so many pouches. If you want the overview, make sure you watch my overview video because I give a little bit more of a breakdown of how the backpack works. But I can literally fit all of these things plus more into this backpack. And that is just awesome. And it's a very, very comfortable backpack. It's specifically designed to be the exact shape of the bottom of a seat in the airplane. Which is I have tested and is perfect. So yeah, this is my storage thing. This is easily the most expensive backpack I've ever bought, but easily the best backpack I have ever owned.
What? It's no $30 Amazon special. Like
it was a Christmas gift. I'll just to be transparent to everybody. I think this is like a $250 backpack. Like it's
yeah.
It's not a. But it's very well made. It's high quality, and given how much I take my stuff around, eventually that was kind of a thing where it was like I want to break down and do it. Technically, I could fit. I don't do this, but technically, I could fit my portable monitor and 2 laptops in this backpack. I know technically you can do that in yours as well.
Yeah.
But I have
do.
enough pouches. I have not used all the pouches in this backpack yet. So anyway, that's my thing. I love this backpack.
I think it's great to put these against each other because besides the laptops in these rigs, I bet these are the 2 most expensive things in
100%.
these sets. My backpack is also a $200 plus backpack, and again, it's not a braggadocious kind of thing or whatever. It's like when you have a functional purpose for a tool, the tool should do what you want it to do effectively, correctly. So my backpack is a pack safe backpack. And it is, it's set to be like secure under all contexts. So it actually at the top of it, it's really hard to see it, but there's like a little lock system at the top, and all of it is lined with like anti-cut material. And
check that out.
It does have some pouches and this and that. I can fit 2 laptops, my second monitor, my laptop stand, the keyboard, the mouse, all of this stuff in this rig I can put in that backpack, and it's a pretty slim profile, so it also fits under airplane seats and stuff like that. But it's got anti-cut measures in the shoulder straps. It's got anti-cut measures in the actual like lining of the whole bag. It's got secret spots for like your passport or secure items. It's got RFID. Like I respect the Linus Tech bag for what it's doing as a tech bag. I bought this as a security bag.
Yeah, yours is designed to be a security bag. So, yeah, the Linus Tech bag is definitely. Our 2 bags serve different purposes. Now mine is not like, it doesn't have the RFID protection, but it does have like a lock system on it.
Cool.
And now it's not nearly as nice as your lock system on it, but they are designed for 2 different purposes. Will's is designed to carry, they both carry tech, but Will's is security forward. Mine is more like specifically tech. It's designed to be able to carry basically everything. Yeah, it's capacity and organization. It's trying to make the best use. Like one of the things I really like, when I showed this in my preview video, but the side pocket that's actually opened, that's where my battery pack goes, and it's designed specifically to have a pass-through for the cable for the battery pack. So like if I'm sitting at the airport or whatever, I can like run the cable out of my backpack so I don't have to like unzip to access it. So like things like that. It's just a different serving purpose. So we didn't talk about this in the beginning, but we're not necessarily saying like one doesn't get rated and the other does. We're kind of just rating them against each other in the rating scale. So I think we will argue we can't cop out and just put them on the same rating scale. That seems like probably cheating.
And so I think I'll submit to the jury here. We are trying to go tech focused, and I think that would probably edge yours ahead, right? Mine is not necessarily like super organized. It doesn't have tech specific things. There's no way I can like run cords through it or whatever. Mine is security first, right? So I think
Yeah,
I could give you a lead on this.
that's fine. I was gonna throw yours up because it has the security pieces, but with that argument, I can go with that. I mean, yours like carries tech too, but we've looked at both the backpacks. Like mine definitely is a little bit more like you can fit more tech in an organized way in it, probably. But I'm not hurt wherever we put the backpacks. Let's be. And also, complete side note, we did not mention this, but anything that we talk about here, I am going to try to link in the episode page to how to get access to it. From if you can still get access to some of the things. There's a couple things Will and I
We've had them for a long time.
No, that we've had them for a long time. So, but the backpacks for sure, both of these are still very accessible. So okay, so like I'll throw this in your side, Will. Since you're going with this route, I will totally be okay with my backpack being rated higher. I'm not going to argue that. But so the question is, where would you put it? I will say we can argue we can move stuff when we put other stuff on. So like if we feel like something changes the way the rating scale works, we can do that. But so you're gonna put yours in A.
I've already tucked mine in. I've already tucked my bag over to A because yours is an S tier bag. Like I get it.
It is easily. I've owned a lot of backpacks. It is easily my favorite backpack. Like it's very comfortable and very easy to travel around with. Fits everything perfectly. So
all right.
Okay, what do you want to do next?
I've got it in mind. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm going for the twofer.
All right, you're going for the twofer.
It's the yep.
All right, well then I'll bring in the headphones. This one is probably gonna be an easy loss for me. I'm just gonna be
frankly,
honest.
I didn't even know that's what that was. Like I couldn't tell as it was.
You couldn't tell what that was.
Oh, those are skull candies.
Okay, yeah. So let me explain this for a hot second. Will knows I do have a lot of headphones. Okay, so I for a long time I prefer over ear headphones to earbuds. I want to note that. Now I did not put these in here because all my over ear now headphones are at my rig at home. Like I'm wearing my SteelSeries here.
Right,
I have.
You don't necessarily take them around.
Will knows from looking at my setup at home. I have a second pair of over ears just in case I don't want to use the ones I'm using here. And so like I used to carry these. These are my Wise headphones that I very much liked. But I had them for a really long time, so like the stuff is starting to go bad in it, and I was getting like weird.
It's a good thing you didn't put those up.
Black things on me. And when I went remote and I was coming to the candy factory with Will very often, it got annoying having to pull out over ears all the time. Like I wanted earbuds, and I just in general we were doing more flying, we were doing more traveling. My over ears took up a lot of space in my backpack. They were annoying to kind of pull in and out, and like I wanted something that synced with my Steam Deck really easily. So Will knows I tried Wise's earbuds. I love Wise's smart technology. I can tell you what they didn't invest a lot of energy into. It was the earbuds. And I had so many problems with them, like to the point that I gave them back 2 days after having them.
I forgot it was that. I forgot it was that.
Yeah, it was that fast.
Like,
I was still at Candy Factory during that period. I literally just had them not work during multiple calls. So I'd had it. So I just like basically didn't give a lot of thought. I just went out to Best Buy to find like earbuds that were not $8 billion and
that's a tough one these days,
and had some profiles to them. So I will say what I like about these. This is Skull Candy's mid-range earbuds. I like Skull Candy's app specifically. It allows me to set different audio profiles with like bass boost and a whole bunch of other things, and they also have a gaming feature on the headphones, like a specific profile for gaming that's designed for like mobile gaming and with the Steam Deck. So these are fine. They're not my favorite headphones in the world. The battery's already starting to kind of go bad a little bit. They've got side gestures and stuff on them, stuff like that. You know, the standard stuff you'd see in a lot of headphones. They're mostly comfortable. And the audio sounds decent. But I feel like I'm not really selling them because they're like mid-range earbuds. They're not that exciting.
It's a budget buy. It's a
budget buy. I scoped out my budget on the computer and the backpack. Let's be real.
Tapped out the budget on those. All right, well, I've got a twofer because I just always have both of these, so I'll make these just a little bit bigger for a second. These Sony over-ears are my number one. They are like my music headphones. They're my work headphones. They're my like go. They're comfy. They have great pass through. They've got even better noise canceling, just like top notch. They're all expensive. These are also now maybe 6 years old. So like when Josh says he's going to link to things and things might change, like this is an old model. I know they've got like
could try linking to the newer
models
version. Sony's
since
released
then.
a handful of headphones since then.
But what I'll say is I actually like these more than what I see in their online models, because they bend at these joints by like where it says Sony, there's a joint there, so it actually folds up and compacts into an easy spot to tuck away in like a big tech bag.
My Wise ones did that until they broke.
Oops. But at the same time, there is a reason to have buds, right? And these are my Google Pixel buds. I really love these. They're very easy to use. They've got both of these devices have like the gestures and things on them, so you can like swipe and swipe up, swipe down, all that kind of fun stuff. Might have orange ears. I like the orange. That's also a nice little plug. Yeah. But what I do with these the most, honestly, is even though a lot of Bluetooth devices these days have like multi-device connecting, it can be really frustrating to switch between devices. So I will, during a work day, keep my over ears attached to my personal device for music, calls, whatever, and I'll keep my buds connected to my work device for Zoom calls, whatever. So okay. I just take them off and switch them, and that's why I have to have them both at the same time. But they both have great features.
I was going to ask why you have two. Stuff. That was going to be my, because I know you're not enough of a, as I'll call it, an audiophile to like care about the sound difference. I know you care somewhat about sound, but like, not enough to like carry two headphones around all the time. Like that's
it's not necessarily true. Like because I keep the over ears connected to my phone for music, so then I'm listening to music on it because it is that much better. And then I use those buds for work calls and stuff, right? Okay. So that is why I always take both. The only time I will not take the over ears is if it's specifically what I would call, ironically, I keep thinking of this like a lot like video games, just like, it's my speed build, right? Like if I need to like go and I need to go quick, I leave bigger things behind, and that includes the over-ear headphones.
I think for myself, I've fixed that with a couple things, because I agree with you. Over-ears in general just better. I also like the feel of them on I don't like earbuds in my ear as much. Like long term, they start to like hurt my ears if I have them in for too long, and I do nothing but listen to music while I'm at work. So like the way I've gotten around this is not part of travel tech, but Will knows. I think I don't know if you use it yet. I haven't even said what it is yet, so I'll say it first and then you can clarify or not. Whenever I got the SteelSeries headphones, like I have a slightly newer version of the SteelSeries headphones than Will does, and so like the version I have has like surround sound environmental audio in it, and so to use that I had to download SteelSeries Sonar system, but then I realized SteelSeries Sonar system was actually, they don't intend for it to be this way, but it's also a great digital mixer. Like you can change the audio quality through the digital mixer. So I actually have Sonar installed on all of my computers.
That's good,
because it also helps with like device switching on my computer. Like I can set a channel to go to those headphones, so even when I disconnect Bluetooth, Sonar still, when that Bluetooth reconnects, automatically attaches that headphone to that channel. And so it saves me a lot of time for switching. So anyway, all of that to say, that's improved the audio quality on my headphones coming from my computer, because I prefer to have my music coming from my computer, because I like to be able to control everything from my computer when I'm sitting there. Like that's kind of my vibe.
I don't log into my personal accounts and stuff on my work device.
Yeah,
so that's
you have a different scenario in life.
I can't get to my music on my work laptop necessarily. Like I might sometimes throw on like lo-fi on YouTube or something, but if I want my YouTube music, I have to use a personal device. So I think we both have plenty of room. I think we both have plenty of room to grow in these spaces. Like I don't think either of these are necessarily like A tier even.
No, they're not like amazing.
They are more expensive. There are bigger rigs to do this kind of stuff.
I know some of the stuff we're talking about next, so I'm gonna immediately like drop these headphones into D tier. I think personally, I don't know. They're not like my favorite headphones I've ever owned by any means. I've actually even a couple times now thought at work about going back to overheads now that I'm not as remote anymore. And just keeping these in my backpack for like regular travel. But so they're not my favorite item.
For my opinion, like they're both good.
Pixel headphones are good. I've seen you use them at work too. They're both, and Sony in general has good audio stuff. So
I'm
All right,
leaving room in that B category because I expect it's going to have a few more participants.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a few more things. So here's what I want to do. Okay, I'm bringing this one out. Technically, this is like multiple items. I would like to point that out, but I'm gonna bring this. I felt like it was way too much work to break down everything that was in here, so we're gonna count it as one. And I'll explain it in a second. Those of you who see my overview video for this episode know what this is already, but oh, you're bringing your portable monitor.
All right.
That's an interesting call because I'm pretty confident your portable monitor will destroy mine. So we'll see though, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah. I imagine I know what yours is. I can zoom in a little bit here and see it's like cords and stuff. So this is an organizer.
You've seen this briefly. Okay, this is the Linus Tech Sack. They specifically call it the Tech Sack, which I think is funny. So for context, this sits in my backpack. It's basically that whole thing zips up into one little pouch, okay? And that pouch contains every cable that I need. You'll see it there. There's an extra dock. I carry an extra dock at all times in my backpack in case I need to like connect my laptop or something to a TV or a screen that isn't my portable screen. But you don't see this here because I took it out for the pictures. My mouse and headphones also both fit in that tech sack.
And the skull
the
cans,
in-ears, yes. So like on this side, there are 2 spots for those. So everything goes into that sack. It zips up and it slides into my backpack. And then when I get to work or I go somewhere, you take that tech sack out, you unzip it, and it's hard to tell right now, but it actually is designed to open up like that and then just sit flat on a table. So like I can just like reach into it. So like in the middle, there's my power cable for my extra power cable for my laptop. There's dock. There's an HDMI cable in here. I have 3 different types of USB-C cables in there.
Because of 2025 and all kinds of...
Yes. I have 2 different types of USB cables in there.
It's stacked.
And I have a 3-prong to 2-prong adapter in there, because sometimes you need that. And I also have an extra power brick that has 3 USB plugs.
Oh my gosh.
So...
So it's Mary Poppins bag. That's literally what it is.
Every cord, any cord that I need, plug adapter, my mouse and my headphones and dock stuff goes in here and does not go anywhere else in my backpack. So if I need any of it, I can instantly pull that tech sack out and just unzip it, sit it down on whatever desk I'm on and find what I'm looking for. And you can't see in here, but they have little elastic loops across the entire outside of each area because each cable slips into the loop. So it kind of like organizes itself.
So I will posit that I think that is a strong lead because the only thing I have to compete with that is in both of my containers of my backpack, there's like a little zip spot here for some junk and then a separate little zip spot in here for that kind of stuff. And it all sits loose, and that drives me nuts. Like the idea that you've got it in all those little spots and things.
So where this is super helpful too is like when you go to an airport, right? And you need to pull a cable out, you need something out. Yeah. I literally can just like slip this out, unzip it, find what I need, zip it back up and throw it in. When I'm like going through airport checks where they need to pull out extra tech, I can literally just pull out this tech sack, unzip it, and throw it into one of the panels and it goes through.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I will link to this. I will also acknowledge that this was not the cheapest expense that I did. The tech sack, I think right now is still almost $60.
Wow.
So it is not cheap.
But again,
it is talking, easily one of the best things I bought.
When Josh and I are talking about these tools and of course the associated costs, I've been using so many of these things for years and years. And when you think about and you evaluate cost over time, $60 for something that he uses daily during the work week, maybe even over the weekends, right? Per day, you end up with these things costing pennies if you use them for years and years.
Yeah,
and years,
I
and
use
that's
this
what
all
the
the time.
quality stuff is for doing so. My monitor. So this is, Josh. Again, I mentioned at the beginning. Josh took pictures of his own stuff and cut it. My picture here is from the Amazon listing. So
that's actually what's on his monitor every day when he uses it. Is he really
right
likes
now
having
looking at it?
That 2K, that 2K FreeSync. It's.
I didn't notice that 2K FreeSync. It's horrible. This is a budget travel monitor, and it is absolutely an economy tool, right? It is not pretty. It does not have crisp colors. It's like I use this when I'm traveling for work, for a second screen for things like podcasting, or second screen for like spreadsheets and chat and whatever. Like it's an offload tool. What I love the most about it though, and why I put this up against Josh's item bag, is it serves so many purposes to me. I use it for work.
Yeah.
I use it for personal. I use it for practical things like screen sharing, whatever. I use it for funny things like plugging my Steam Deck into it and playing a bigger screen while I'm hanging out somewhere. Like I
don't consider that funny. I consider that vital. You know, I don't have my extra monitor up, but I definitely at one point while I was working in my other place last year was in my hotel room the one night while I was visiting the site with my Steam Deck plugged in to an extra monitor and my Logitech keyboard and mouse wirelessly connected to it so that I could play. I forget what game I was playing. I think it might have been Baldur's Gate, and I just didn't want to play it with the controller because it's stupid. I wanted to use the mouse and keyboard, so I hooked it up to that screen.
Fact. But the strongest thing about this, in my opinion, so I've got all these purposes I can use it for. I only need one cord. So it takes a USB-C to USB-C, and that is sufficient to power it under all contexts. I can plug this straight into my Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck powers the screen. So that's not necessarily sustainable for battery power, but like I have it plugged into my laptop right now. There's only one cord, and that for me, when I'm traveling, is top tier functionality.
That was the biggest thing. Cords. That was the biggest thing I learned from you. Like, well, my monitor, I don't think would win against yours if it was pitted up against each other. It definitely should. Yours should be rated higher, mainly because yours has a stand with it. That's one of my favorite parts about yours. Is that like you have a stand that just pops out of the back, like you can kind of see it over here on the screen. But that was the biggest thing I learned from you when I went to buy my backup, like my portable monitor, is buy one that can be powered by your computer. So that you do not have to plug in two plugs. I've seen people do that where they have to like plug in both things, and it's super annoying. Like
when you're doing a tech rig like this, like I have, you're in a coffee shop, you're in an airport, you're wherever, like plugs are a premium, sometimes you don't have that option. So like to think that you'd have to find two plugs to set up your screen and save yourself the hassle. This is the thing. Now I'm struggling with this one because for me, my monitor is like an A tier necessity, but I think it's a B tier monitor. Like it's not a winner. But I think the tech stack is like an A tier tech stack.
I mean,
I think that's like the
personally believe the tech stack should be an A tier, undoubtedly. I think your monitor could go in A tier. I mean, in comparison to other stuff we have. But if you want to put it in B tier, that's totally fine.
Let's settle it there for the moment. I like a tie.
Let's put it there. Yeah, it's fine. The tech stack is easily like, while it was so expensive, it is like, I love that thing. It makes it so easy to pull out cables, and I can transport so much. So let's do the bigger one. Let's do laptop.
Well, we're on the same thought. There we go.
Let's do that. So mine looks a little bit ridiculous because I tried to do the background removal on mine, and it did not like doing it on the computer. Okay, so let me in my overview, I give the specific brand of mine. So I have gone through a couple laptops now since we've done portable. I used to have a Lenovo Yoga, which I really liked, but then the battery just decided to like crap out on me, so I needed to get a new computer. And I was back and forth because I used to really like my Lenovo Yoga because it was a 2-in-1. I could flip it and turn it into a tablet. But I was determined this time around when I was buying a laptop that while that was nice, I wanted a laptop because I do some video stuff for work, because that's probably my justification. Also because I game, and it's just nice to have all of my devices be able to game. I was looking for a computer that could handle games on it and high-end things, but also didn't look stupid like most gaming laptops do. I hate big laptops.
They're the worst.
Drives me nuts. It's the opposite of what a laptop is intended for. I want it to be portable. I wanted it to be small. I don't even like huge laptop screens because I like my laptop to be something I can easily just fold up and carry somewhere with me. But I also like laptops that are not just like plastic. I want it to be like a solid feeling
metal
laptop.
Frame. Yep.
If I didn't hate Apple so much, I'd probably like the MacBook, because the MacBook is very much like this. Like I like the style
for so long. The physical device of the MacBook is
so essentially
wonderfully designed.
I wanted a PC that could game and had the look of a MacBook. Like that was basically the vibe I was going for. So it just so happened there was a deal at the time I was looking for it, and these had just come out. This is an ROG Zephyr 16, or actually, sorry, I think this is the 14, because it's a 14-inch screen rating. I didn't want the 16. Even 16 for me is too big. I want like a compact laptop. So this thing is beastly. I mean, Will's seen it. It's like it's really thin. It's like not that big, like that thick, but solid like titanium case. And the biggest thing I like about it is the trackpad is gigantic on this thing. Very responsive,
nice.
and my monitor is actually a 4K monitor. So the monitor on the laptop is actually a 4K screen. And it's an OLED screen, so everything looks beautiful on that screen, and the keyboard is really nice as well.
Josh leans into the finesse, the aesthetics, like that's
so
respect.
And then on top of that, we'll just add, like, for those who are gamers or know anything about this, it's got an AMD Ryzen 9 in it, and it's got a 4080 in there with
so it can game
16 gigs of game. Yes, it can run the newest games on it. It gets hot. That's my one complaint about this computer, is it does not vent well. But it runs really well. And looks really cool. And even this little bar on the side is a light bar. Will has seen it. If it plugs in, it like does weird lighting things.
I'll save some of my feedback for
that's fine. I know you
time.
Don't like it as much.
I can't
that's
stand
fine.
it. Yeah, no,
That's
it's a great device, folks, and I've seen them use it in a number of different contexts. Like it serves all purposes. Mine over here is the Dell XPS 15. I actually picked one up because I get one for work. So my work one has an i7 in it. This one has an i9, and I just knew I needed that greater capacity, greater functionality for like podcasting, gaming, etc. Honestly, a lot of what Josh said, though, I have this like similar preferences towards. So it's slim, it is light, it is a metal frame, not a plastic frame. It's all USB-C. I think the only it's got two things on it that aren't USB-C. That is the 3.5 millimeter jack, which I appreciate for headphones, and a card reader. So those are the only ports on it: USB-C, a card reader, and 3.5 millimeter jack. I love it. It is slim. Like I said before, with my backpack, I can put two laptops in it. That's because both of them are Dell XPS 15s. And they're this thin, and they sit together, and they look like one laptop when they're like side by side. It's got a good monitor. It's touch screen. Like this is a very practical machine for me. Like it can play games. I have done even Baldur's Gate on it, but this is not a gaming device for me. It's a travel efficiency productivity tool, and I just love it. So, slim profile, high capacity. No issues with it, right? It's one of those ones that just kind of does what it's supposed to do. And it doesn't have any fun lights on it that, shine in other people's faces when you're using them.
I would like to point out, you can turn the light off. I just don't. Because I don't care that it annoys Will. That's the...
And I love that it comes for me.
That's the vibe.
This is tough though, because like honestly, I think they're probably both they're equivalent.
Yeah, they're very similar computers, at least in functionality. Because mine has similar ports. Like it's got USB, it's got a card reader, it's got USB-C. I think the only thing, it's actually kind of a gripe, but a thing that was a gripe in the beginning when I got this laptop, but I actually don't mind it now. So Asus ROG, they built a separate. This doesn't have, it's two different charging ports. So they have a proprietary charging device for this laptop that's its normal charging one. That's like a specific gaming charger that rapid charges the battery. But it can also switch over to USB-C charging as well. So it's got a couple different USB-C ports. I will say the one thing I do really like about this computer, as far as ports and stuff go, is because it has technically, I think yours is probably similar, Will, although I don't know. Mine technically has two different GPUs. It has like an integrated GPU, like an Intel one that it uses daily so that it's not like draining power, and it will switch over to the 4080 when it's like doing things that require the 4080's push out. Cool. The side effect of that is I have a USB-C port on here on the side that actually direct goes into the 4080 in the laptop. So it can push out slightly better visuals on the side, but that's like I practically don't use that as much because I really don't. I use this thing for gaming sometimes. Like it's my main gaming drivers are not this laptop. So
So here's my question to you. I would probably put them easily both as A tier devices. Do you
Yeah.
think yours is an S tier?
No, I think they're equal. I think both of ours have like toss-ups about it. Like you basically have the same GPU in yours, and yours has like the same processing power and speed. It's not.
Well,
I think
and like when trying to use it though, like you said, like this thing, I can't put it on my lap. It's that hot. So it's not.
oh
It
this
can do those things, but it's not necessarily great to
yeah.
do
Mine only
those
gets
high.
that hot if I'm gaming. Like if I'm doing regular stuff, it can sit on my lap perfectly fine. If I'm trying to game, but I mean, I would totally be fine with like putting them in like S tier. I think they're better than the things that are in the A tier right now. Personally, they're both very good laptops. Like if I was gonna recommend personal laptops to people, it would be these. Like that's kind of, at least for people that are like us, I would recommend these computers.
If you've got the budget and you need the functionality,
If Robin, if you're
go for
listening,
it.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend my computer for you. It's probably it's probably
All right.
unnecessary.
I'm gonna do one last twofer, and it's just kind of a simple one here. I'm kind of putting this together. I've got to get this water bottle out of the way, so
Okay.
that's what I'm putting up.
That's
what
fine.
I'm putting on the
Okay.
board.
I'll do this. Let's do this. I'll explain this one here in a second. Okay. So
Yeah,
go-
I
you go
don't
first.
think that I just we didn't have equal number things, so I'm like pairing
Yeah.
a few items.
we didn't coordinate this well enough.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got the water bottle in here. I always just kind of you gotta have
Yeah.
hydration.
He cared about hydration. I apparently don't. I have one. I just don't care about it.
Exactly.
Apparently.
But it does go everywhere in my rig. And one of those things about the backpack is it has the perfect water bottle, holder, so it's really easy to kind of get things along. But the most important thing, like this might be my favorite piece of my pack, is my stand.
This might be my favorite piece of your pack.
Like I'm gonna have a laptop, right? I'm gonna have a mouse. There's things you have to have. You don't have to have this. And yet it makes the difference of all of my kind of travel use, right? Right now I've got this up, I've got a good angle, and it puts the camera up high enough so we've got a good like visibility on me. It keeps my device up so it helps with like neck strain and stuff while I'm working for 8 hours. I've used this same thing as like I've put for the video game purposes, I've put my monitor on this and then the dock underneath of it and then used it to like make a little TV while playing video games, right? I don't even need it for my laptop. Like I've used this for just practical things around the house, like lifting something up or taking photos, right? Like this is a stand that is almost everywhere that I go, and it's able to do so many things. It holds everything and it gets good angles, good heights. The thing that's most important about it though is even as you can see in that image, it's balanced. So it is a little heavier, but it's not heavy in the fact that it makes my backpack hard to carry. The heaviness is that the base can offset pretty well. So I can go pretty high. I can move it pretty forwards and back and stuff like that. It's not going to tip over or be a falling risk. That's what I love about this thing. I go everywhere with it. I don't leave it behind. I don't think it's an S tier device. I don't think it's even an A tier device, but as a B tier for me, I would never not go somewhere with it.
Yeah. I love your laptop stand. I've just not bought one because I have not practically ended up needing one in my setup. So Will has a keyboard. I used to have a keyboard separate. I didn't include it because I just use it now at my work office, because the laptop I ended up getting, I like the keyboard enough on it for like portability. I don't need another keyboard. I'm fine with the one on my laptop. So but I love the laptop stand. I would put your stand probably anywhere between the B to S tier, probably. That would be where I'd end up dropping it. I will say before we start rating your stuff, I'll mention my thing real quick. I got this a long time ago. I actually got this because of the Steam Deck. It's an Anker battery pack that's in my thing. But it's a battery backup that's specifically designated for like laptop and MacBooks specifically. So it can charge rapidly, and it's designed for charging like bigger batteries. So this thing has been super helpful because if I plug it into my laptop actually recognizes it as as like a power source. So it will run off of that. Specifically, we don't have our Steam Decks up here, but I specifically bought this for the Steam Deck.
They should be.
Like I'm just saying, on the flight to Mexico, between this battery pack and the Steam Deck's normal battery, I had zero problems playing the Steam Deck the entire plane without any plug-in charging. So this thing is a behemoth. It is super powerful. It's heavy, but it's a powerful battery pack, and I have thoroughly liked it. I have basically no other battery packs in my laptop because of that. This one basically can run off of anything. So,
well, and I'll say it's actually the device that I really wish I had in my pack. Right, I don't have one, and I think that it would make the difference for a lot of things I do to have a power pack, and to have it be as good as yours is.
I would agree. If you're doing mobile setups, a battery pack is not a bad idea to include in that setup because it's come in handy a billion times. Like when I've not been in a spot or like an airport where like I don't find a plug, I can just pull this thing out. I make sure it's fully charged and I pull it out. And like if I'm running my Steam Deck or my laptop, I get a bunch of extra battery life out of this thing because of it being plugged in.
That's awesome. I dumped the water bottle, just got it out of the way. It just doesn't need to be up here with everybody else. But I definitely, I'm gonna settle this over here in a B for me in my stand. I think it's a top notch.
Okay.
I think you're a B or an A on that thing, dude. Like if it can power a laptop, and I
think I'll drop this in B tier for now. I think I like my tech sack better. It's your monitor, the tech sack, your monitor, and the backpack are more vitally useful. You could survive without a battery pack. I guess you could survive without the tech sack, but like, you know, then I'd have to be like you and my cords would be all over my backpack. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want to play that game. You included the Steam Deck. Darn you! I didn't put my Steam Deck in.
No. I brought it over. We need to.
Some
time.
Okay.
It's
all right.
Just
all right. Well then.
We'll finish with that. Anyways,
let's do the one that I joked I wasn't gonna do, but let's just do it. Let's just do it because I think it'd be funny. I'll just explain both of them. So for anybody who doesn't know, basically anybody that's worth their salt in productivity and tech probably uses this mouse. It's the Logitech MX Master Mouse. They have different versions. Mine's the 2. I think yours is the 3, right?
Yeah.
The 3 I think is the newest one that's still out.
Correct.
So these mice are not cheap, but they are easily the best mice that I've ever owned. So basically, Will's is a little bit easier to see this. They're basically both designed identically, like except his is just a little bit newer. They have a side scroll wheel. So you have your normal scroll wheel, scroll up and down. You have a side scroll wheel that you can actually slide right to left, which for those of us in large databases is super helpful. But you can also program that to do other things. Like for a while, I had it programmed to be a volume scroll wheel for a while when it wasn't working on mine. You have your normal back and forward buttons, which is nice. But then the easily, in my opinion, best part about this mouse is this little thumb paddle here. Is not just to rest your thumb on. It's actually a button. If you press your thumb down, there's a button in that. And basically what it does is if you press it down and then you move up, down, or to right or left, all of those are what we call macros. So they're macro motion. So if I hold it down and move up, that does one action. If I hold it down, go down, it does another. If I go right to left, those are 2 actions. Technically, if you just hold the button down without moving anywhere, that's another action. So you get 5 separate button actions or macros all in that space in the mouse. So it's super helpful for productivity. Everybody uses it slightly different. For me, my paddle, when I push it down, opens up desktop view so I can easily switch between apps.
Yes.
That's easily the best thing. My down opens up my volume control system so that I can switch channels because I do that a lot on my computer. My up opens Snagit because I use Snagit all the time. And even though I can do print screen to do a screenshot, it opens up the editor for me so that I can open up the editor slide on it because I do that a lot. Nice. And then I think for me, right is copy and left is paste. If I remember correctly.
Okay.
So I also have a Logitech keyboard with other macros on it, so like I don't have to get quite as crazy with my mouse. I have other, like a full sideboard on my mouse at work.
Yeah.
Or my keyboard at work that I can program. So
Josh gave us the rundown on them. I actually forgot about my other macros. Like it's been a while.
Oh, really?
So with my work device, something happened at one point. I couldn't use the Logitech software that comes with to do the programming.
Yeah,
so I kind of
Logi
abandoned the macros. Now I have it back, and I honestly forgot to reset them. I used to be, like you said, an up to this, a down to that, right to left. Right now, all I have it doing is the click in for Windows, sharing all the windows. So that's really good. But like what I like to refer to this thing is the only thing that I've ever had that makes me feel like an actual wizard, right? This is my wand. This is my work wand, and it does magic. So the more you can think of to try and program and work through, the better you can do. And beyond what Josh is saying, with the 5 macros available to you at all times, you can program it with the software to respond to different apps.
Yeah.
So if you're in your browser,
yes, I forgot about that.
It can have different macros than if you're in Camtasia, than if you're in Adobe Premiere, than if you're in Snagit. So you can make the
which
macros.
I do like Camtasia. For me, it has different macros in it.
Yeah.
What's been super helpful about that is some apps are stupid and they're back and forward. If you've ever tried to use the back and forward buttons and they don't work, it's because whoever designed the app for some reason decided to make it a different technical macro in the background.
Yep.
And so like I've been able to program back and forward to work in every app that I'm in. Because you can program it to do different things in different apps. So yeah, totally forgot about that. The other feature that's super cool about these mice that I forgot until Will just mentioned it is, so they work either plug-in or Bluetooth, but it actually has a system on it where you can program it to Bluetooth with up to 3 devices, and it has a button on the bottom that you can switch which device it is. So like, for instance, at work, I have 2 computers that I access. So like I have my laptop that I just shared is programmed at 1. My other laptop at work is programmed as 2. So if I flip up my laptop or flip up my mouse and press the button, switch it to 2, it'll automatically connect to that other laptop as well. So, and then 3, I think, is actually my Steam Deck, because I use it with my Steam Deck.
Smart.
That is super helpful. And then the only other feature I have not used it, I don't know if you use this, Will, is that they have a feature, I forget what they call it. It's where you can cross between computers. You know what I mean?
It's
Flow.
Logitech
That's what it's
Flow.
called.
And
Logitech
so
Flow.
You set and pick a screen, the side of an area of the screen. You can have a command, another command associated with whatever. But when you move your mouse to that side of your screen, it switches to the other device. So if you have 2 laptops side by side, you can have it move from laptop to laptop with the app. So you have to have Bluetooth, you have to have the Logitech Flow software on both devices, and then it works. Yeah. But it is awesome. I used to use it a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you used it because you had different devices hooked up at the same time, and you were switching between them all the time. So anyway, easily the best mouse I've ever owned. I mean, like I have a gaming mouse that I use on my main setup that does different things, but the Logitech one is easily the best like productivity mouse I've ever owned. Now, very clearly, Will's mouse should go above mine. I am number 2. He is number 3. He is the newer version. It's nicer looking.
S-class device.
Yeah,
like, to me, it's an S-class
I'm gonna
device,
drop that in A because, like, you know, it's just older. You know, that's all it is.
All right.
Okay.
I think we got an easy little chat here. Like Josh was saying a moment ago, though. So you don't have a separate keyboard for your things. That's all right. I do, because of, like I said, I've got this stand, so I always have to have something separate. Like I need this because it's on the table. My laptop's up. I actually do like my laptop key, but these 2 back-to-back, Logitech mouse and the Logitech keyboard, you can't have them separate. Like if you're going to be set up and you have like a workstation, whatever, they are the ultimate devices. Logitech, you know, I've got the Mini, and that's a space thing. They have this same design, so it's the same like height and kind of weight and stuff with the number pad. So if you're a number pad person, you can get that in there as well. But I just absolutely love this device. It's got the 3 devices. It can do the flow, so it can go from device to device with the mouse if you're using that. Like when you move the mouse from device to device, it moves the keyboard with it. It's just expert material here. But
I have a quick tap in. Okay. So this is my mobile keyboard. It's no longer mobile because I just use it at work. But if I needed it to be mobile, it can be. This is it's basically the same keyboard Will has, except I can't use anything that's not a mechanical keyboard anymore. It's a problem. This is the Logitech mechanical Mini. It is a fully mechanical keyboard, but it is low profile mechanical and is portable the same way that Will has. So like Will said, both of these keyboards have separate buttons. You can switch between different devices, which is super helpful. And they're great keyboards. Literally, Will, I think this is basically identical to what you have, with the exception of like
the colors and the clicky.
The colors. I also have a row here to the side. I think if I'm looking at the one that you have, either it's just in a different. I think it's just in a different place for you. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Either way,
it's just like a little bit of the arrangement. I'm thinking these are both like B or A tier devices. I think that The keyboard.
Yeah, I think they're both very
thing,
equal.
But you don't need one. I think that's where I actually drop
Yeah.
it in like the tech ratings and stuff like that. Like you clearly we both have laptops. You don't need a secondary keyboard. I just think
for that reason it's down in the C tier.
Drop
like
it's because this rating
it's decent
because
we have nothing in the C tier.
I'm okay with it.
They're both good. I think which one you decide to use is based on preference. Like Will doesn't like it being like he doesn't like mine because it's a mechanical thing and it's very clacky.
I like it. I'm not against it, okay? But for travel purposes, travel tech, this keyboard.
Yes, yours is thinner. It's a lower profile for sure.
Low weight and all of that. So that like I have nothing against yours.
Because yours is a plastic. Yours is a plastic chassis, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So his is going to be lighter than mine. Mine is technically metal.
A metal chassis.
It's a metal chassis because it's a mechanical keyboard. It's like metal and plastic, but there's metal on the bottom part. It's brown mechanical switches. So
to round out the episode, I don't even think it's fair to like suggest your monitor should go against the Steam Deck.
Well, no, let's just look at my monitor real quick, and then we'll do the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So I broke things by adding another one. So
it's fine.
This was technically what was supposed to go against it. This is my monitor, very similar to Will's, though not equal to Will's. I like Will's better. Will's monitor has a stand with it. Mine has an extra stand that attaches to it, and that is kind of annoying. It's already broken, so it doesn't work quite right. Like it's the way it's sitting right now is actually not how it's supposed to sit. There's supposed to be little legs that come out underneath it. One of them broke. So now it's just basically it just sits like this. I will say the thing I love about this monitor, it came with like a felt carrying case with it. So like my cable for it fits into that carrying case with the monitor, so I can kind of just like flip it out together and pull everything out. And like Will's, it is powered by the cable, so it is not needed for that. So that's really nice. I think this is like at best B tier because it's not the same quality as your monitor. I would put it above the keyboards because it's more needed than the keyboards, in my opinion. A second monitor, and it works really well. I do really like this monitor. It does a really good job. And I don't know how much yours was, but mine was only $55 off of Amazon. Yeah, like mine. I spent more money on a tech stack than I did the monitor.
That's perfect. And that's why I think in showing this episode, folks, right, it's important to notice, like, if you want to go for something that's a certain quality or cost, like, we've got the options. His $55 one works. My $120 one works. We both noted the things we like about them differently. And like, you said, well, a piece of yours already broke. Like that's just cost. If you got a budget, it's going to work.
Yeah.
You might come up with some issues. Both of our keyboards there are not cheap, and yet they're the C tier because we don't need them. They just happen to be good devices. In that category of we don't need them, but really just needs to be mentioned,
come on. That's not true. We definitely need them.
It's just I
think we need them.
The Steam Deck. Can't not have a Steam Deck. Like, I will say, if I take my Steam Deck somewhere, I do have to sacrifice my pack. Like, something has to come with me because it doesn't fit with the rest of my stuff.
That's for sure why the Linus Tech Bag works. Because I don't have to sacrifice anything to fit the Steam Deck. There is a slot for the Steam Deck that can always fit it.
That's amazing.
So like in my bag, I can include everything I just showed you, and then my Steam Deck fits. I have like a carrying case for it. It slides into that front pocket right next to the tech sack. There's a nice little space for it. I can even fit my water bottle in there and still have the Steam Deck in there. That's a vital piece of machinery.
Josh and I, it doesn't need to go on the rating. Josh and I love this device.
Oh, no, for sure needs to go on the rating.
It's, of course, a gaming device, but I've used it to search the internet. It has so much functionality. It's top tier, and it can always go in the backpack. So, yes, it's the crown on our entire rating system today.
If you were like Will and I and you'd like to play any kind of games at all, the Steam Deck is my immediate recommendation. Now, there's a lot of handhelds out there for this type of thing. The ROG Ally is another one that is rated really well, but I think the thing I like about the Steam Deck is its price. It's not bad for a handheld. The lower tier Steam Deck, which is the one I have, is I think under 500. I think it's like still like right under 400 or something like that. I think is
$399
the pricing.
$399. $399 is the cheapest one. It goes up to $650. Yeah.
And so you can't run every game on this thing for sure. Like there's high end games I play on like my PC you can't run, but This is super useful. Like, I think the biggest thing for Will and I that's been game changer for the Steam Deck is like, this thing is perfect for playing games on the plane, like, or a train. Like, this is like, it's just the perfect portable gaming device for me.
Yes.
Like, I literally went from playing God of War on my computer to flying to Florida and playing God of War on the plane. Like, and like, it
picking up and playing whatever you want,
pretty
you
on
want
here.
is...
Yeah, it's I have not regretted buying the Steam Deck once. And Will and I are both like very early Steam Deck purchasers.
Yeah,
I think like Will, it wasn't long after I bought mine that you bought the Steam Deck. Yeah, I think you did 6 months. I literally pre-purchased it the day they announced it.
Yeah.
But I think that was because I made a promise to myself if Valve ever released a handheld gaming device, I wouldn't even ask. I would just buy it. Like, that was the decision.
That's a good decision.
So, anyway,
wisdom. All right.
These are great devices for portability. I think if you're looking, obviously Will and I maybe went overkill and got all of these things. So if you're looking for certain things, I would definitely start with get a good backpack, get yourself a portable monitor if you like working on second screens, and a decent mouse and pair of headphones. Those are, like, to me, have been the key elements of my setup, and then all of our setups have kind of grown over time of what they're doing. We will link to any of these things that are still accessible, even the laptops and stuff, on our episode page. So if you're curious about one of these items, we are not smart podcasters, so we're not sponsored by literally any of these things.
No
so
money being made
we
on
are
this
purely
episode.
recommending them based on what we've enjoyed using them for. And so you can definitely go check any of these items out. It is what has made it possible for basically Will and I to work mostly at the same level of productivity anywhere we go, and also able to play Hades wherever we go. I mean, that's basically what this system has enabled.
That is like the thesis of this episode, folks. Josh and I do this with our desktops too, right? We've done some work.
Yeah.
We've done some episode where we talked about some of our favorite tech in the past, but our desktops are this plus. So when we're talking about this episode and why it's so important, this is because we want that functionality, that productivity, and we want it to go with us everywhere we are.
Yeah.
That's why we did this.
Well, I mean, the desktops are definitely 10 times more. That's a reason my monitor is $50 when it's portable. It's because I have a ridiculously overkill PC that I probably don't need, but I love it. So anyway, check out those items. We'll link to all of those on the episode page for our travel tech. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, you can email us at inbox@hightechpod.us if you want to reach out, ask us some questions about how we use some of this stuff. And make sure, whether you skipped over it, you were listening to audio or not, make sure to check out the preview stuff that Will and I did, because we both do more of a walkthrough of how these things all connect and fit together than in our travel stuff. So you can check that out. Just a reminder, you can find us on all socials at High Tech Podcast or at High Tech Pod. One of those two, you figure it out. It's fun. It's like a scavenger hunt. And then you can also check out our website, hightechpod.us, where we put an episode page every week. And by that, I mean Claude or Notion AI puts an episode page for you every week. But this episode page, make sure to check out, because I will link to every item we have on here pricing wise, to make sure that you've got what we shared. So thanks for listening, everybody. All right, folks, that's a wrap on another week. Empowering minds.
Embracing tech. Cheers.
Cheers.
Buckle up, let's ride the wave. Future's calling, tech to crave. High tech podcast, light the way. Join the journey, click and play.